Welcome to another edition of Not Just Giants. I'm Matt, and I'm here to share a few thoughts on this latest Giants loss as they fall to the Miami Dolphins 31-16 and leave South Florida 1-4, with the Buffalo Bills eagerly awaiting their arrival into Orchard Park next Sunday. As expected, the Dolphins' number one ranked offense pretty much did whatever they wanted, gashing the Giants on the ground for 222 yards with Achane and Mostert, and shredding them through the air with Tyreek Hill, who had 181 yards and a score. Both Hill and Achane had huge scoring plays. Hill had a 69-yard score when he torched the rookie Trey Hawkins, while Achane looked like he was shot out of a cannon when he raced 76 yards to the end zone, which made the score 24-10 Dolphins. The funny thing about this game was that because the Dolphins scored so quickly while also turning the ball over 3 times, the Giants enjoyed a decisive advantage in time of possession at 35-59 to 24-01. Unfortunately, except for an exciting Okereke tip to Pinnock 102-yard interception return for a touchdown, which at the time, late in the second quarter, made a game of it at 14-10, with the beat-up Giants offensive line, as expected, unable to run or pass block, that defensive score was New York's only touchdown of the day, and the 31-16 score felt more lopsided than it really was. The Dolphins' D generated 8 tackles for a loss and 7 sacks, which, believe it or not, was actually an improvement over the Week 4 debacle against the 11-sack Seahawks. Unfortunately, on the 6th sack, a blindside hit by Miami edge rusher Andrew Van Ginkel on a Josh Ezeudu whiff, Daniel Jones was forced to leave the game with a neck injury. No word yet on how serious it is. Jones did walk unassisted back to the locker room, but in 2021, DJ missed significant time with an injured neck, a tricky ailment and one that teams, for good reason, typically err on the side of caution with. So we'll have to wait and see how severe this one is and if he'll miss any games. Besides the turnovers generated by the Giants' defense, the only other bright spot was tight end Darren Waller having by far his best game as a Giant, as he reeled in 8 passes for 86 yards on 11 targets. Waller could have had an even better day if he had managed to hold on to a well-thrown deep shot by Jones, but Dolphins All-Pro cornerback Xavier Howard made a great play to recover and disrupt the pass at the catch point. As we discussed in the preview pod, the Dolphins have the best offense in the league this year. In fact, many compare it to the legendary St. Louis Rams' famous Greatest Show on Turf squad. So I'm not going to fault the defense much for not being able to stop this runaway train. They did get 3 turnovers. So far this year, only Buffalo was able to slow down Miami's offense, and they did it by never taking their foot off the gas on offense, as they forced the Dolphins to play from behind, making them more susceptible to a very good Bills pass rush. Meanwhile, this Giants offense could only manage to score 3 Graham Gano field goals. Once again, the Giants offensive line, which suffered even more injuries during the game with right guard Marcus McKethan forced to leave early due to a concussion. Filling in for Andrew Thomas, backup left tackle Josh Ezeudu had another rough game and was benched for Matt Parrott in the 4th quarter. It'll be interesting to see if the Giants can get Andrew Thomas and John Michael Schmitz back for next week's game against Buffalo. If they do, perhaps the line can at the very least not lose them the game like they've done for the last 3 weeks. Is there a Tyrod Taylor revenge game in our future? Let's go!